Hey, welcome to another session, How to Build a Profitable Referral Process. I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Great to be with you for another episode here today, whether you're watching on live stream, Facebook, or YouTube. Hey, thanks for giving it a listen. Hey, if you're watching, give us a shout out. What country are you in? What state are you in? Go ahead and pop it up there, and I'll be sure to kind of get you know, I'll put you up on the screen. How's that sound? So what are we talking about here today? We are talking about how do we really develop a very quality prospecting process. Now, I got a number of slides I'm going to walk through, but let me start it off by just sharing, hey, we've been named as one of the top 10 sales training programs in the world online, and do hope you take advantage of it, you check it out. And specifically this month, what I'm talking about is things from our referral masterclass. Referral masterclass is out there. People who are in level 3 all access, they're taking advantage of it right now. And hey, anybody else jump in, or you can grab just the master class itself. And the best way to do it is just go out to the website, thesaleshunter.com, and you'll see at the top university. Click there, and it'll take you to the masterclass pages there where you can find the one for referral. Hey, good afternoon from Croatia. Great to have you here. Oklahoma City's in the house. We have India in the house, so that's great. We got Europe, we got Asia, we got North America in the house. It's absolutely terrific. Love it, love it, love it. Hey, here's the deal. What are we talking about? We're talking about referrals. And again, wherever you're listening from, wherever you're watching this from, chime in with where you're at, and I'll put you up on the screen here. My name is Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter, and profitable referral process. Hey, here's a couple things I do want. I showed this last week. If you watched the episode last week, excuse me, my apologies on that. Boy, we can tell this is live, unedited. Never view referrals as a nice to have or an afterthought. This is one of the biggest fundamental challenges I have to get. And this was a big problem I had. I was looking at referrals as kind of nice to have, but I wasn't thinking them as part of the process. And specifically what we're talking about is that they must be part of your selling process. Now, here's the whole key thing. It doesn't happen unless you own it. So I'm going to walk you through 4 things. There's only 4 steps that you have to do to really make sure that you have a process for getting referrals that works. What are the 4? Here they are. Number 1 is 525, and I'll break all of these down for you here in just a bit. 2, weekly giving goal. 3, timing and sequence. And 4, measure and track. That's it. You do these 4 things right, and you will bake this into your sales process. Let's break this first one down. 525. What is 525? This is, you have to have 2 groups of people. One is a group of 5 that are your closest people who you are continuously getting referrals from. Though these probably aren't even clients. They're probably not. They may be people in other verticals similar to yours. They may be competitors of yours, but they can't do everything that you do, or you don't do everything that they do. But 5 very close in people. They may be a couple of clients, but 5 people. And then you have 25 people who you are in the same orbit with, you very much circulate with, and you very much support, and they support you, but not to the same degree as the 5, because you just can't stay in touch with everybody out there. But I firmly believe if you create this group of 5 and 25, and should the 25 include clients, include customers? Yes, the 25 may very well be made up of half customers and half other people. Now, does this list of 5 and 25 remain permanent? No, they're going to change. They're going to change. You may have people who are very close to you, and they're part of your circle of 5 right now. But then a year or so from now, they kind of fade out of the picture. You fade out of their picture, whatever. And it's fine. Somebody else comes in. But I like only having 5 because you only have so much bandwidth in which you could be continuously thinking of in terms of being able to refer business to them. Because the way this 5 works is that you're continuously referring business to them, and they are reciprocating by referring business back to you. The 25 people, it's not going to be as frequent, but these are still key sources for you. And what you're going to have is you're going to have a process where you're staying in touch with these people maybe once a quarter, or maybe every 6 weeks, or maybe once a month, never more than once a month. The 5, you may very well be in touch with once a week because you're continuously sending things to them. These are going to be 5 people who you count very close to who you are. Hey, if you're watching this, if you're chiming in, viewing this, let me know where you're connecting from, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be on Facebook or LinkedIn. Love to hear from you. So this first step, 525, is absolutely key. This piece is one that gets overlooked by far too many salespeople. And I put this number 1 for this very simple reason. You get this right. You get this right. And I guarantee it, you'll be picking up a tremendous amount of referrals, which helps strengthen you and give you more confidence for making referrals part of your regular process. So let's go on. Let's take a look at number 2. Number 2, weekly giving goal. Now, you notice I didn't say weekly getting goal. This is weekly giving goal. I want you, and if you were watching last week, you know that I talked about this in terms of setting a number from, a number of the referrals that you're going to be giving. Hey, Jared's joining us out of Sarasota, Florida. Great to have you here with us. That's absolutely terrific. Thank you. Your weekly giving goal. For instance, I have now increased my weekly giving goal to 5 referrals because I'm really taking heart, because I had been at 3. And I said, you know what? I got to step up my game. I'm going to make sure that every week I'm giving 5, and every week I am measuring myself. Wisconsin is in the house. Great to have you, Corey. Outstanding. Thank you. For joining us. And hey, wherever you're watching from, wherever you're viewing this from, chime in with where you're at, would you? Hey, here's the deal. Weekly giving goal. See, what I notice is this. When I'm continuously thinking about referrals, and see, think about this. The referrals I give, the majority of them are in my 5 or 25. In fact, I'd say the majority are in my 5 and the minority is in my 25. You see, so you begin to see the importance I'm placing. And remember, the referrals are, I'm just saying, hey, here's a great client. They reached out to me, but I'm just not a good fit for them. I think you'd be a better fit for them. Or, hey, I've done some work for them. I think you should do some work for them. Let me introduce you. Some of these I'm just passing off. I'm not making any introduction. Others, I am making an introduction and absolutely making the connection. And others, I'm just telling the client, hey, you need to reach out to this person. And then sure enough, because of the strength of the referral I'm giving, about 80% of the time, they do reach out. And that's absolutely terrific. So in other words, the weekly giving goal, the majority are going to be to your 5. The minority are going to be to your 25. You notice the majority of these are not to all your clients. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But what I found is if I want to get referrals from my clients, it very much helps to be giving referrals to other people. Now, let's get into the meat here. The meat is timing and sequence. What's the timing and sequence? This is so key. You see, part of it is your weekly giving goal. Okay, so I'm now saying I have to give 5 goals a week. And the first list I looked at is my 5. And I look at my 25. The second piece of timing is with my clients. And what is the process I use? And there's 2 ways that I love to do this. And I'm going to suggest that you do the same thing. One is immediately after I close the sale. Immediately after I close the sale, and typically when I've delivered my service, because I'm kind of a service business, I will ask them for a referral. Now, I had somebody call me this morning and they said, hey, I have a very tight, finite list of clients I can work with. That's it. And prospects I can work with. Does this work for me? I said, yeah, it does. Because what you can do is you can go to this client that you're working with and say, hey, you can ask them for a referral, but chances are they're going to give you a referral to somebody who you can't service. Now, if you have a reciprocal agreement with other salespeople you work with, fine, you could give that to them and hopefully they give one back to you. But barring that, you sit there and say, hey, I'd love, these are 2 companies that I'm really trying to get in with. Do you happen to know anybody over there that you could connect me with? You see, so now what I'm doing is doing a very intentional referral. I'm doing a very intentional connection. And that's absolutely a beautiful way to work around situations where you have a limited pool of prospects you can be going after due to one reason or another. Now, the timing is also going to be because what I do is I routinely reach out again right now at the end of the year. We're recording this in November, and I am reaching out to people saying, "Hey, thank you for this year. Thank you for this year of service." In fact, it's interesting. I've got some cookies that are going out that's actually besides my holiday plan that I do. I always have a Christmas plan, but these are cookies that I'm sending out. A Mind for Sales, my newest book, I have cookies made, and I'm sending them to a number of clients I have. And I always do something in the month of November. Now, the reason I do this is because what happens is I send these to them, and I'm just saying, "Hey, thank you very much." It almost always generates a phone call back to me, and we can have a great conversation. And in that conversation, then I can sit there and say, "Hey, it was great to be able to do work with you. Who are some others you think I might be able to assist in the same way that I've been able to help you?" See, so my timing is right after I deliver my service. Second one is in the month of November. And the third timing I always do is whenever I have achieved something of significance. In other words, I may have a client that it's an ongoing relationship with. So if I've achieved something of significance, I just know that, hey, wait a minute, I should ask them. I should ask them for a referral. And the fourth way is I always call them up on an anniversary or some key milestone that they have. Now, there's a host of other ways you can do this, but that's kind of the four-prong model that I use from a timing standpoint. Hello, Reuben. Reuben joins us from Austin. If you're watching this, viewing this, haven't chimed in with where you're connecting from, throw your location in there into the comment section, and I'll get you up on the screen here. So, hey, welcome, Reuben. Now, the sequence comes down to what is the strategy? In other words, how frequently and what should my sequence be in terms of how do I follow up with them? Let me give you an example. My sequence is going to be that I immediately follow up after I deliver value, deliver my service to them. I ask them for a referral. They give me the name of somebody. I immediately reach back out to them and let them know, hey, thank you. I've had a chance to connect with them. Or, hey, I still haven't connected with them, but I'm trying. This afternoon, when we get done here, I'll be making a phone call to a person who gave me a referral about 3 months. Oh, man, really about 4 months ago now. And the referral turned into a piece of business. And I'm now actively engaged with this person who gave me the referral. So guess what? I'm calling this lady back up again to say, hey, thank you again. It's interesting, but I'm now working with that company and it's absolutely terrific. Now, you say, Mark, you don't have to. I know I don't have to, but I want to for two reasons. A, I'm very appreciative that she gave me this piece of business. B, I want to keep this dialogue going because I don't know if this dialogue with her, this relationship with her, could lead to some more business. You see, so my sequence always is to remain in touch with the person that gave me the referral immediately after they give it to me to let them know how it's going. And then B, give them updates along the way. And the updates along the way are going to vary depending on the type of work I'm doing, et cetera. Hey, we got Nigeria in the house. So great. We got Africa, Asia, Europe, North America. Don't have anybody in here from South America yet. So jump in. And hey, let me take this comment. Let me take this question right now from Jared. If I may ask a question, who would you say the best people, companies to partner with as I am a commercial insurance agent? Oh, hey, Jared, absolutely great question. I work with a lot of insurance. Naturally for you, it's going to be such things as building developer. You know, it could be building developers. It could be landlords. It could be leasing agents. It could be CPAs. It could be financial planners. It could be any number of people, construction people. It could be any number. What I'll find is that what I'll say is this. Typically, people always come, oh, let me get a hold of the CPAs in town. You know, it's great. But you know what? Everybody's trying to partner with CPAs. So you may sit there and say, hey, you know what? I'd rather partner with construction firms. I'd rather partner with remodeling companies because, they may be able to send business to me and I can send business to them. So look for those. But the typical best one for you is naturally going to be CPAs and law firms. But that tends to be everybody's favorite. So I like to kind of swing out a little more and say, hey, who tends to deal with people? I'm working with some commercial agents right now, for instance, and one of the things that they do is they belong to trade associations in the various verticals. I just received a note from somebody from the National Plumbing Manufacturers Association. There you go. See, there's a trade association. See, so who are members of them? So you find out what's your sweet spot, Jared, and what industry, what association might they belong to, and you joined that association. See, and then what that does is that can become part of your sequence. I was working with a person the other day, and they set up a very good referral program with an association, for instance. And what it is that for every member he refers to them to join their trade association, he receives compensation. And conversely, they love it so much that they refer him, and guess what? He pays them a commission. It's all above board because it's well stated in their association website. But it's a relationship that's worked out well. See, so that can be part of his sequence. Now, this whole sequence piece is also geared that your sequence must be different than your normal prospecting process. Let me give you an example. A few weeks ago, I was given some referrals. Excellent referrals. Great referrals. I've reached out to them a couple of times, but I'm not going to put them through the same filter, through the same cadence that I would a normal prospect. Because a normal prospect, I'd put through a 20-step cadence. Now, I value who these referrals came from. So I'm going to reach out to them a little more spread out and not quite as frequent, because I don't want the referral person that was referred to me to go back to the person who referred them and say, hey, why did you turn me off? This is just, they're calling me every day, even though they may be in a business that they could benefit from every day. But I work to respect the relationship, because my whole goal is I never want the referral that you give me to be the last referral that you give me. I want you to know that you can give me referrals and you can have absolute confidence. See, so that's another part of my sequence. My sequence is more pretty much just every week, one contact. That's it, one touch. And sometimes it might be one every other week if it's a more senior level person. I do not put them into a heavy drip campaign. Yeah. So what we've gone through so far is we've gone through 525. We've gone through the weekly giving goal and the timing sequence. Hey, if you still haven't jumped in with where you're watching from, let us know. Let us know in the comments, the city, the state, the country, whatever. And if you've got a question, pop it in there, just like Jared did, where he asked a question regarding commercial insurance agents. Let's go on to number 4 here. Number 4 is measure and track. This is absolutely key. And again, this is where so many salespeople fall down. They look at referrals just as, oh, it's a gift. It's a gift. And they don't want to follow up. They don't want to stay in touch with them, or they don't value it enough. And I can't stress this enough. I want to track, where did each referral come from? Because if I can understand who is sending me the referrals, it's going to help me understand what is the type of referral person I should be doing. For instance, the 5 people in my list, I track them. And I know that they deliver for me great referrals. Hey, welcome from Houston, Texas. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you for being along today. Absolutely terrific. You see, because if one of these 5 don't, over a period of time, really generate referrals for me, and I'm able to generate referrals for them, I'm going to lift them out of that 5 and put them into the 25. And there may be somebody else that comes over. Measure also is this helps me understand what are the types of referrals that convert the most likely into clients. I get people who refer to me, people all the time. Hey, Mark, I'm going to refer you to this, check up on this, Mark, I gave your name to somebody. They're going to read. I want because then it begins to help me understand. Who should I be talking to? Who should I not be talking to? The tracking is very key also because it's going to help me understand how long does it take? How long does it take? I have a referral that was given to me way back in about February, January. We've had some great conversations, myself and the person who was referred to me, great conversations. It still hasn't resulted in any business. Now I'm tracking that. Are they going to become a client of mine? I think so. Yeah, I really do. But I want to understand the metrics and how long it took to get there. Hey, question. Do you ask for referrals, even the customers who aren't 100% happy with you, along the lines of customer satisfaction is nothing, customer loyalty is everything? Great question. This holds back so many people from asking for, well, we didn't deliver just perfect service. Here's the thing. Even if I feel I didn't deliver you 100% service, and I'll flip this around a bit. Even if you feel that I haven't delivered 100% service, I'm still going to ask you for a referral. I may think I didn't deliver you 100, but you may be blown away. This happens to me all the time. I'm working with somebody, hi, but then they go, wow, that was unbelievable. That was amazing. Great. Terrific. Now, what happens if they aren't 100% satisfied? I'm still going to ask them for referrals. Now, here's why. This is why it's so key. Now I'm going to get truth. Because if they aren't 100% satisfied, or if they aren't at least 80 or 90% satisfied, they're naturally going to be hesitant to give you a referral. And they may give you a referral with a, hey, hold it. Excuse me. You're asking me for referrals? You haven't done that. I want to know that. Because here's what I found. Many times asking for a referral is where you finally get out on the table the issues that the customer had. But they never will get flushed out unless you ask for referrals. So many times I gotta be asking for referrals is it's the way I'm using cover to find out what the issue is. And then I can correct the issue and then they love me. Yeah. Hope that answers your question. Hey, another question. Mark, who are the best referral people to network in the livery coach business? Hey, great question. Here's the whole thing. I like looking at this in terms of livery coach. This is transportation. I'm going to look at meeting planners. I'm going to look at destination companies. I'm going to look at other transportation companies, other livery coach businesses, because they may not have the same type of vehicle you have. So you can offer it. And the same token, you may get a request from somebody who has a request for a special type of vehicle you don't have, but you can give it to somebody else. You create partnerships. I was working with a person yesterday who's establishing a new business. And the question came up, where do I get referrals from? And I said, before you think about referrals, think about partners. See, so you may want to be looking at this in terms of partners. Who are people you can partner with? There may be restaurants, there may be hotels, there may be other destination places that you can partner with. Maybe a restaurant that you can partner with, that you can recommend them and they recommend you. When a guest comes in and they need a livery coach service, immediately they call you because you've been helping to take care of them. So what I like to do is this, and I'm going to share this for anybody, everybody. First of all, you look at who are the partnerships you can create, because these become natural extensions of you. And second, then, what are the others? They may not be partners with you, but they're logical users or knowledgeable people who could take advantage of that. Yeah. Does that help you out there? Hope that does. Hey, keep throwing in questions. And if you haven't chimed in with where you're calling from, where you're connecting from, chime in. Put it out there, and we'll put it up on the screen here for you. Now, what I've gone through is the 4 steps that you need to be doing to create a profitable referral process. It's not hard. 525, weekly giving goal, timing and sequence, and measure and track. If you do these 4 things, you're going to be amazed at the level of referrals you're going to be able to get. Hello, Peter. Great to have you with us from the Netherlands. Hey, we got a good European audience today. Absolutely terrific. Thank you. Hey, if you're in South America's been kind of quiet the last couple of weeks. So South America, chime in if you're South America is it's a continent we have not heard from. We've heard from Asia, we've heard from Europe, we've heard from Africa, we've heard from North America. Haven't heard from Australia, typically because of time zone that's kind of hard to get. But who knows? Somebody may be up early or just plain out late checking us out. Here's the whole thing. You do these 4 steps, and you're going to have a profitable referral process. Now, I go through all of these in a lot more depth in my referral masterclass, and I do want you to check it out. Go out to thesaleshunter.com. Well, you can see right there, you can go to learn.thesaleshunter.com, takes you right to the page, or you can just go to thesaleshunter.com and boom, you can do it. Hey, we do have somebody in the house from Colombia. Good afternoon. Great to have you. But he's cheating. He says, but working remote from the US. Hey, I'll give you cover on that. How's that sound? Okay. So now we got every continent on board with the exception of the ones that start with the letter A, Australia and Antarctica. Hey, Peter throws out a question, LinkedIn. I have a feeling what your question is. Can you use LinkedIn for referrals? Yes, you can. It works absolutely. I get a lot of referrals by way of LinkedIn. In fact, of my 25, several of them are really relationships I've developed purely through LinkedIn. And if I did not have LinkedIn as a tool, and they would not be in. So I use that a lot. Yeah. And sometimes I message them directly through LinkedIn, ask them for a referral, or I'll have their outside contact information and I'm able to help them out there. Hey, Portugal's in the house. Great to have you with us. And let's see, we've got some more here. I'm referring you to Colombians. So, hey, great. I love Bogota. I'll tell you what, wherever you're watching this, if you've not been to Bogota, Colombia, it is an absolutely fantastic city. I love it. The weather is absolutely terrific there. And the food is over the top. I love going there. Hey, question here. Hi, Mark. Greetings from San Diego. Quick question. Should you expect as much success from longer cycle sales targets as from customers to Brandford who buy from you more frequently? It doesn't matter. I have some very long sales cycle customers who give me great referrals, and I have short ones. I have historically found it makes no difference. In fact, what I found is that longer sales cycles, actually, those salespeople do a better job of asking for referrals because it's harder for them to get quality leads. But really, overall, it does not make a difference. Hey, I meant to answer your question. Where are you tuning in from? Oh, there you go. Where are you tuning in from? LinkedIn. Great, Peter. Thank you. You're ahead of me. So, hey, very much appreciate it. Loving this live session. Thanks for another great one, Mr. Hunter. Hey, I love sharing with you. That's why I love people chiming in and just saying where they're connecting from and how they're connecting. So it's absolutely terrific. James says, thank you. Here's the whole deal, though. Here's what I really want you to take advantage of. We've been talking about the profitable referral process. And again, it's all part of my masterclass, Referrals. And it's very interesting, but in the masterclass, you get 11 in-depth videos I'll walk you through. You get a workbook, you get an infographic, you get a lot of tools. Plus, if you sign up now for it, you'll be able to participate in the level 3 bonus class I'll be doing the week after next. Here's the whole thing: referrals. They give you a tremendous amount. They give you a tremendous amount of opportunities to grow your business. We spend so much effort developing leads, developing prospects, finding prospects. And we overlook many times the best ones out there. The best ones out there are in referrals. That's why I'm really recommending the masterclass. You can see there 11 videos you get. You get the whole workbook. You get the infographic. You get a ton of stuff there. And I really do suggest that you check it out. And the best way to do it, just go to thesaleshunter.com, thesaleshunter.com, and you're going to see university. Check it out there because it's all there for you. Hey, here's my contact information. I do want you to reach out. That's my real phone number. Yeah, you can call anytime. Yeah. And I can't always guarantee that I answer it just due to my schedule, but I will follow up with you. So, hey, my name is Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Whether you've been watching this by way of YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook, I thoroughly enjoy bringing you these sessions. November is referral month. That's why I'm doing referrals right now in the month of November. Go back, check the replay out again. Go through it. Find out which one of the 4 you need to zero in on, and make sure you check out the masterclass. I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Great selling.